Did you ever notice how some people just show up as their best self and some people fail to do that? It's because the people who show up as their best self are the most self-validated because their brain is not focused on getting the validation. Rather, one, they have confidence in the prior training, and two, the prior training, even the fact that they did that amount of numerous intensive prior training, means that their brain had to be sharp. The more intense, the more numerous the training, the sharper the brain they had to be to talk themselves into doing it. It's all about self suggestions, your self talk, as I wrote here. Self fulfilling prophecy, your self suggestions. So you have to be very careful with what you say about yourself, even in a kidding matter, because the subconscious brain, just like it doesn't know the difference between if I sit here and I were to pretend to shoot a basketball in the net and I were to feel that every single time, it's actually going to help my shot. It's proven through experiment. Now, you do need to actually have real world training, but the same, you should be careful in the group think. How the group think will trick you into a self-identifying with anxiety, with poverty, with being low confidence, with being angry. You have to be very careful what you attach onto. Like if the coworker next to you says, say you're in a sales job, and they go, "Man, leads have been tough today." I know that well, it depends on who you are. But a common response could be to agree, even if you don't agree. But you have to be careful, right? Because the moment you start getting used to going, yeah, the leads are rough, came out of your mouth. The moment it came out of your mouth, you're affirming that reality to be true. Even if it's in part or in kidding, it's very dangerous. So what you have to do is you have to be silent on two occasions. When you have high emotion, be silent. Especially us men, we need to go to our cave so we can process all the stimulation that just happened in the simulation. The stimulation in the simulation sometimes is too much for us. So you need to go away or just mentally go away and zip it. That way you can preserve those high emotions and process them. Two, when you don't know what to do or what to say, instead of just flowing with it randomly in life and exposing yourself to that randomness, because if you don't know what you're going to command in your mind, then the world will choose weakness for you. So it's different. Right now, as I'm talking, you can allow yourself to flow. You shouldn't be focused on the ums and the ahs and everything being perfect. I mean, you can, there's a style for that. But when you're talking, right, conversationally expressing yourself, have fun and be loose. But when it comes to your beliefs, your self belief statements, especially with work and people being like, man, I'm tired today. I'm tired. It's Monday. I'm tired. No, run from that. If someone's like, believes that it has to be hard for you to get rich, then stay away from that person, because that person's going to make you think that it's hard to get rich, that you have to work hard. Because, yes, hard work is a trait of someone that is successful because of the fact that they're going to love what they do, or they're going to be successful at what they do, so they're going to work hard at it in their own regard. But you could do it very smooth and easily compared to what most people compare that to. So be careful the boxes that you surround yourself with. Everyone has their mental box. Everyone's just a grown up kid. So if you surround yourself with people that have a box that's wrong, you're going to pick it up eventually, even if you think that you're not gonna. Don't say I'll be happy when. Okay? Don't say I got to do this so that I can be happy next week or next year or next 6 months. I need to do this and do that. I fall into this all the time where I'm like, I need to come out with this new album, with this new song. I need to write this new book. I need to make this next video. I need to get this amount of money in my bank account. That's the big one for me. And then I'll be able to do this and do that and do that and do this. No. Be in my wish fulfilled now. One, because you're already living your dreams of some reality. There's been times where I was like wishing I had a camera and a setup and the knowledge that I have now to do what I'm doing now. So appreciate the gifts and the stuff that you have in your life now, the abundance that you have now. Puts you in the state of abundance, of gratefulness, because then it allows you to appreciate what you have, but more importantly, it frees up your lateral thinking, your ability to perform at your best now, because you're not focused on what can I get, and you're not looking for value seeking. When you're value seeking, that actually means that you're not happy with your current life now. Now it's important to notice stuff of value, like you can't walk by something like gold and not notice it. But if you're constantly searching for gold on your path, that clearly means that you're not happy with the gold that you have now. So be grateful for the gold that you have now, right? Focus on how great the gold that you have in your backpack is now. Your reticular activation system, RAS, your self fulfilling prophecy, will start to notice more gold around your environment that you wouldn't have noticed before, because your RAS only picks up things that you're used to. Okay? So because of the fact that, let's say, I wake up in the morning and I hear my dog barking and I hear the certain churn of my shower knob and all these things, the RAS notices certain things. Or when you're looking for your keys, you swear you can't find it. And then you ask someone else and they look in the same spot. 2 seconds later, they find your keys. That's because your RAS couldn't find it, right? So your RAS will tune other things out, like your dog's barking. You may be able to sleep through your dog's barking or a shower going. And at someone else's house, you can't, because your RAS is picking up on it. So what you have to do is override your RAS and start the winner effect. The winner effect comes from being self-validated and telling yourself that it's already within you, that you can do this. Because there's two ways of looking at into situations. There's, how can I come off the best right now? How can I do better? Lack, right? How can I come off cool? And then there's abundance, which is just like when you're a kid, or if you already had it. I had this thought today where I was like, to switch the frame, when you're in a meeting, like at work, imagine you're the boss, that you paid for that office space, that you're paying everyone hourly to sit there and talk and do what they're doing right now. Are you as nervous as what you were a second ago? Don't think so. Because when you're in the boss's mind frame, you're like, almost like, you doing your job right? Come on, hurry it up. Hurry it up. Come on, we got stuff to do. Like, you're in this frame that's like more, you're validating. You're trying to see, are they doing good enough? You're not asking, am I doing good enough for them? You're asking yourself, are they doing good enough for me? Now, you don't take this to a weird level, but you want to be more in that mind frame than, am I doing good enough? Am I coming off cool enough for this random person? You want to be almost like, what you got for me? And then that will make them want to show you what they have for you. And it'll get your winner effect going because you're now focused on what's actually happening, not how you're being perceived. Most people think it's about looks, money, status. They think it's about how tall you were born. They think it's about how cool you dress, the little tricks that you say. It's none of that. It's a strong frame. Because if you have a strong frame and you are comfortable in your own skin, then you will be more congruent when you go to extremes. Like when you be loud or you be super chill. Or when you want to take a second to think. It won't be so awkward as if when you're anxious and you're sitting there, you're like, and then like you're rushing things. A good trick that I learned from Chase Hughes is if you notice that you're feeling a little anxious, slow down your miles per hour, your body. You'll notice I'll go here. In an interaction between two people, one person's reacting more than the other. One person is seeking the validation of the other, and the other person this person doesn't really care as much as this one. There's always one, even if it's slight. So usually the person that is seeking validation moves faster, is a little bit more twitchy. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can spot a liar. Is they're twitchy, fidgety, a little bit off what they're usually looking. That's why even in lie detector tests they do baseline questions first. That's how it works. It's not magic. It's just they get a baseline. Have you ever been to McDonald's? Yes. Yes. Is your hair purple? Yes. It's a lie. You know what I mean? It's off baseline. So it's all in the change. So if you can maintain, again, strength under high pressure, under all times, that's why you can't allow that mental chatter to win. Because if your mental chatter is going to defeat you, then people in the world that you encounter are going to knock you down. So the first battle is with yourself. You have to defeat your own brain and say, nope, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to read this book now. I'm going to watch this video and do nothing else the whole time and truly soak in the information and not do multiple things. Focus attention is the one thing that we have. It is our willpower. What are you choosing to focus on? Whatever you repeat to choose to focus on is what you become an expert at. Whatever we're best at, we're an expert at and we get paid at. I go and pay a professional athlete, like a baseball player, to see them play because they're better at baseball than me. And business owners pay me to help them do business with the federal government because my company knows and understands business within the federal government. And they don't. So you pay a professional, like you go watch a professional MMA fighter rather than Joe and Bob duking it out down the street. Don't get me wrong, it's entertaining to watch Joe and Bob, but the whole world's not going to pay to watch that. At least I don't think. Prove me wrong, because they're not the best at what they do. And if you're not the best at what you do, you at least have to be the best at lead generation. Like Jake Paul, this is no knock to him, but he's not the best. He didn't start out as the best. He's actually getting very good now. He's very professional. Come on now. He's ranked number 12, I believe, in the world. So that's respect. So now we can say that. right? But even before, when he was an amateur, he actually had bigger pay-per-view numbers when he first started out, when he was less good, because he was good at getting eyeballs, at getting attention, at getting marketing. So he was good at something. So you have to pick what you're going to be good at. And it's okay if you want to do multiple things, but you have to hammer the one first. You have to get the fire going. Because if you don't get the fire going, the momentum doesn't get started. And the world is going to be fighting against you, just like in your brain when you're going throughout the day and you hearing these thoughts. You know, who knows? Maybe I'm just a schizophrenic. But the reason I feel safe expressing this is because I know that we all go through these crazy, wild thoughts saying all sorts of nonsense. And what you have to do is overpower it and say, I call your bluff. And say, no, actually, I'm going to do this. You don't need to over-explain to other people or yourself why you're doing what you're doing. You just need to keep doing it. A repeated action, repeated long enough and well enough, is what makes greatness. Okay? So keep perfecting your craft even when it feels like, especially when it feels like no one's watching, because the audience that is most important is watching. Heaven and the Heavenly Father are always watching. So that's when you should be working hardest, is in the low moments. Think of Rocky Balboa when he was working and no one was watching him train except for very few people like his trainer. But he had the belief and he had the self-suggestion, self-talk, and he had the grit and the want. So get into your wish fulfilled, generate euphoria, and that state will transfer onto other people, and your version of it will come true. And it'll transfer onto you. It'll transfer right on back, and it'll be this flywheel. Just like a flywheel's been happening already with your life of negativity, flywheel positivity is going to happen. That's why it happens so fast. You stay stuck your whole life and then zoom straight up to the top. It's because once those people understand it, they understand it. And you can choose to forget it, but if you're going to choose to forget it, then you wouldn't have chose it in the first place most times. So oftentimes you see the people, it may have taken them a while because they flip-flop, but there's a time where they go no more. And they choose that second identity, the second man, the stronger man, who will pick up his cross, like Jesus says, and basically say no to the first-hand gratifications that weaken you, like even fear and anxiety. It gives you first-hand dopamine because you get to run away from whatever's scaring you. But if you say, no, this is just a feeling, I can override it with another feeling. Think about a powerful time where you felt strong, and then you'll feel that surge, that winner effect, and now you're looking at life through a different lens. Your lateral thinking's back. You're able to basically be in your wish fulfilled, you're self-validated. Now you can go into it and act that way instead of being scared. So, ending the video here. Catch you guys on the next one. Got an audience of one over here.